This year at E3 I got a chance to play Super Mario Odyssey for around 15 minutes. I know that's not exactly a lot of time, but I figured I would take this opportunity to give you guys my thoughts on the game and how it feels. Given that this is the first true Mario 3D adventure type platformer we've seen since Super Mario Sunshine, I'm sure a lot of people have questions that hopefully I can help answer. The first thing I want to talk about is how Mario himself controls. I know I only got to play for 15 minutes, but I can honestly say the controls for this game feel tight, responsive, and perhaps most importantly, in my opinion at least, Mario didn't feel floaty or slippery at all. I always had a sense of control, which is key in a 3D platformer. Mario also has a variety of movement options. Of course, you can run and jump, but you can also dive, wall jump, side jump, throw your hat out and take over enemies, and roll around like Sonic. These new options give the player a lot of choice when exploring the levels and will no doubt lead to some interesting speedruns down the line. It's still a little too early to tell, but I think Mario Odyssey could take the cake for best controls, which I previously would have given to the Galaxy series. So let's talk about the levels next. In the E3 demo there were only 2 levels to choose from, Sand Kingdom and Metro Kingdom. Nintendo seems to be keeping how these different levels connect to one another a secret, so unfortunately I can't tell you if there's a world map or a hub world to explore. What I can tell you though is that these levels are huge. Each level contains an unknown amount of moons, which of course are the main collectibles, and at the beginning of each level you'll be given a mission to collect a moon. But should you uncover or find another moon along the way, there's nothing stopping you from collecting it right there on the spot. Now along with the moons, each level has its own type of purple currency that can only be used in that level. These can be used to buy Mario's different outfits, and you'll probably want to collect them all since it seems like certain moons might require specific power-ups or outfits to reach. Levels also seem to have both a day and night version of them, but I only got to play and see people play the day versions on the show floor. I know the Nintendo Treehouse demoed a few of the nighttime versions of some of the levels, but I really can't comment on them myself since I never got a chance to experience them firsthand or really know what they're all about. Perhaps the biggest addition to this game is the ability for Mario to throw at his cap, which is aptly named Cappy, and take control of enemies. From the demo, it's hard to say which enemies are and are not controllable, but from my own experience, I've seen people take control of a number of different enemies, like Goombas and Bullet Bills, so I can only assume that most enemies you encounter can be controlled. While you are controlling these different enemies or NPCs, you can sometimes gain access to different abilities, which will of course help you find secrets and collect more moons from that level. This mechanic was a lot of fun to play with. Someone at Nintendo really got creative when they figured out how to make Mario interact with all these different characters, and it shows. It keeps the game feeling fresh too, since every time you take over something new, you get an entirely new perspective on the level and start to think about how you might be able to use these new abilities to get more moons. Like some of the other Mario 3D platformers, Mario does have a health bar. 3 hits and you're done for, but just like with the other Mario platformers of old, collecting coins will restore your HP. Coins do seem to play an interesting role in this game. Not only will you need them to buy certain things along with the special purple currency, but when you die in the game you lose some of the coins that you've collected. As far as I can tell from the demo, Mario doesn't actually have any lives, so to speak, so 1-ups and continues won't be a problem. Instead, it's going to be your coin count. I think it goes without saying that the game looks great. Nintendo has always been good at getting the most out of their hardware. That's why the term Nintendo polish exists. Despite having larger levels, the game has a surprising amount of detail. The music is really interesting too, probably the first time vocals have ever been featured in a mainstream Mario game. And you know what? It works. I still can't believe that this is a full 3D Mario platforming adventure that we can take on the go thanks to the portability of the Nintendo Switch. I wish I could go into more detail about all these mechanics, but again, I only got to play the game for 15 minutes, so I didn't exactly get to go in depth with the game myself. So this was more or less just a discussion video to share my thoughts and experiences playing the game with you guys. That being said, I'm going to end things off here, so if you guys enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see more of my videos, consider subscribing. Let me know what you think about Mario Odyssey in the comments down below. But once again guys, my name is Matt, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.